Alright, so we're going to show you how we grow tomatoes living in an apartment complex. So you want to get you a big bucket, preferably the ones that has the holes in it. This one has the spout, so every now and then we can go out and empty the water. Get you some potting soil. Let me open it up. Alright, so I got my bag of potting soil. Fill your bucket up. Okay? Alright, so I got my dirt in there. So these are the big beef plus that we are planting. So in this big pot, I've got 1.5 bags of potting soil. It doesn't have to be filled all the way to the top, if y'all could see that. It's a little bit dark out here. And then you want to take and get you a plant out. Alright, so because this pot is so big, we're going to do 2 tomato plants in each. You get it out of your pot. What you want to do is you want to kind of loosen those roots up. I'm telling you, that counts. That matters. Loosen the roots up just a little bit. You don't want to break them. You just want to loosen that soil around them. Then you want to dig it in there. You want to make sure it's just covered pretty good. Just like that. Get your other one. Break that soil up a little bit so that your roots are free. Everybody may disagree with me, but we've grew tomatoes years and years and years, and this is what's always worked. And I think it was your dad that taught us? I don't know. Somebody told me to do that. So you want to put one on one side and one on the other side. Yes, it costs us a lot more money to grow tomatoes living in an apartment complex because you have to have buckets or flower pots, and then you have to have potting soil. So to be honest, we probably have about $50 some to plant 8 tomato plants. And I know y'all say that's awful high, but have you seen the price of tomatoes in stores? And they don't taste as good either as a good garden tomato. And doing it in a pot is going to be just as good. Now, the important part, trying to keep my gloves on, you kind of want to smush that soil down around it. You want to make sure that your tomato plant, or whatever you're planting, you can do bell peppers like this. You can do banana peppers, hot peppers. You can plant, what else could you plant like this? You could grow lettuce in here. I don't know if you can do anything like zucchini or squash or anything, because I've never planted it because we don't eat it a whole lot. Well, he don't eat it at all. I eat it sometimes. Anyways, it is getting ready to rain, so I am not going to water these, okay? Because I'm going to be putting them out here, and let me show you where I'm going to put them. Alright, so as you see, it's a pretty deep bucket, and there's our 2 tomato plants. We've got more to do, but anyways, I'm putting these out here. Out front is the best sunlight, so that's where we're placing them, beside my big, beautiful rose bush. And that is how you grow garden food tomatoes living in an apartment complex. So you just have to come up with unique ways when you live in an apartment complex and you can't really plant in the ground. You could, but if the plants go to touch the buildings and things like that, you can get, it's complicated. I'm just saying that. So that's how we grow our fresh garden tomatoes. Once they grow, and I am able to get some off of there, I will show you guys that. That'll be a few weeks, but you just simply do that. Now you can, after they start maturing and they grow a couple inches, you can go in and start using Miracle Grow. I like to do that once every other week. Just 1 dose of Miracle Grow, and I just think it helps them. They grow beautiful and fuller and bigger. Now once they start growing, let me show you. Once they get bigger and they start rising like they're supposed to be, we place a wooden stick right down in the middle, and then we just get us some yarn and tie it to it so that they don't fall over. And that's how you grow vegetables in an apartment complex. Love you guys.